for me. We are recording. We're going to do a blind for Krista. Really? Okay. Okay. A blind and then a pinch for Krista. Let's see what's going on. We got the fairies coming through. A lot of bird energy coming through. A lot of winged energy coming through. Fairies and birds and winged things and dragonflies and butterflies and all of those things coming through, coming through, coming through. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. I want 3 from here. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We've got these 3 coming through. I want 2 on the sides, and then I'm going to go for the map. Let's go for the map right in the middle. And I'm going to flip this down so you can see the YouTube has this now. Okay, what I'm getting on the map is this dry desert and also the dragon's lair. There's something you've frozen yourself out of. There's something you're going through that's difficult, extremely difficult right now, and it's not going to feel like the fabulousness of spring. You're going to feel a little bit of delay on this. You're trying to get to this space where all of this is coming through, but right now you're feeling a little bit emptied is what I'm getting. So we'll see what's going on. The dry desert and the dragon's lair. There is things that grow in the desert. There are things that grow in the desert. The crossing of the desert, the getting from point A to point B is a journey, a traveling, something that is necessary, a little bit tricky to deal with. In the dragon's lair, when you go in there and you deal with the dragons, you deal with fear, you deal with the uglies of life or the unpleasantness of life, the challenging bits. There's always reward in there. So let's see what else is going on. I want to look at these. We've got anchor, lock, mirror, and history. Anchor is saying, trust the anchor of the relationship steady and firm. Lock your commitment away from the world's interference. This is huge. And then mirror, being mirrors to each other, reflecting truest selves. You already know how to do that. It's a skill set that you have. It's something you already do. And it's something you do in a beautiful, beautiful way. Continue forward doing this. History, write your history together, map out the future. This is all future-based, going towards future. Let's see what's going on here. Give me just a minute. I'll show you these 2 pictures. It feels like you've gotten a blockage, and it really does feel like this blockage isn't going to last forever, but it feels like a hurdle or a mountain that you've got to go over. It does feel like you feel slowed down, pulled back, tugged back in a way that you weren't expecting, that doesn't serve, and you're not being thrown backwards by this. It's just something you have to navigate to move through. Here we're getting leadership, lead, touch, and self-govern. Lead, teach, and self-govern. Excuse me. I'm like, that doesn't say touch. Lead, teach, and self-govern. Here's the mirror again. Celebration, party, merrymaking, and fun. This is you as teacher completely. And then ancient memory, inheritance, the past, and soul contracts. This is where you're going. This is totally reflective of you. And I say reflective and knowing full well that we have the mirror. You show your experience to the world. You share what's going on with you. You share your thoughts and what your gifts are. And it is a way of teaching the world and also showing and shining a light for others. And this is a big deal. And sometimes you do feel blocked. It's not like every day is a happy, happy day. It's not like every day is just sunshine and giggles all the time. But you try and bring light forward, bring sunshine forward over and over again. This is something that you are gifted to do, something you're meant to be doing. And here, this one is saying secrets of, and it doesn't even say what's below it, but this is the ancient memory. And then this is history. Part of your life story, part of what's going on is very, very relatable. Part of it is written in a way that is not necessarily pen to paper. Part of what your story is and the way you're writing it is what you're doing, how you're carrying and conducting, how you're moving forward and sharing. Yes, yes. Okay, what else? Okay. This is saying authenticity, integrity, intimacy, and expression. But what this mostly is giving me is the child of spring returns in the fall. And that's what I'm getting off of here really, really plainly. So all this spring energy that should be around you, that is the wise teacher, that is this spring energy that feels a little bit lackluster. It feels like fall, this returns pretty strong and steady. What has transpired with you recently is a big thing. It's a big deal. So don't expect yourself to like just spring back, bounce back immediately, boom. No, but bring as much joy forward as you can manage and allow for moments that allow for the space between the notes. If the notes are the joyful noise that you're creating and you're making and you're vocalizing and you're teaching and you're sharing, allow for the space between where you need to sit with sorrow, sit with grief, sit with just this energy of shift, of change. Allow yourself to sit with it for a moment. Anchor down, get grounded. That will help unlock things for you moving forward. Then the child of joy returns. So that's what I've got going on here. We're going to look next at the charms for you and see what's going on. But what I'm getting is key. So let me go back to this real quick. The lock here is saying lock your commitment away from the world's interference. So you've seen me over and over say when we get the judgment card or some of the others, be true to yourself, be true to what you need, be true to yourself, be true to what you need. Be aware of your needs and don't put them last right now. Don't put yourself second or third or fourth. Put yourself first, and take extra good care of self right now. Okay, we're going to go into the charms and see what the charms have to say. All right, 1 second. That makes so much sense. Good. Glad it does. Glad it makes sense to you. Okay, so I'm going to flip this back down again so we can see the charms coming out. And you just never know what the charms are going to do. And with this charms read, I want to focus on what do you need to know for this week specific. We're going to give it just this week. If it comes out with more than that, great. But this week. Wow, okay, this is what we got. It feels like you need to slow it down a little bit and take it a little slower. Look way over here. What comes up first? The anchor. That is unreal. The anchor and the key came through on this. Holy cow. We saw the anchor in those cards just a second ago for you, honey. The anchor to slow things down. I hope you can see that well enough. There's the anchor right there. The anchor. And here's the key. It's like you're going to be very, very scattered. Feel like the lone wolf down here. Down here, this is this feeling of being alone or loneliness, missing out on something. And this is, the wolf sometimes needs time apart from the pack. The lone wolf will check the perimeters, check what's going on. But there's also a getting in touch with nature and a howling at the moon that has to be done. This is letting yourself grieve, letting yourself go through something and letting it out. Whatever is needing to be vocalized, let it out. Sometimes there's frustration or furiousness at the unfairness of a situation. This is what feels like is going on. It needs to be, you got to let yourself howl, let yourself cry, let yourself move through this, and it may return again, like it circles the perimeter. The lone wolf will circle the perimeter. Then here, we're having the gold planet and the pink heart. So gold is usually to do with solar chakras. This is definitely the ring around, and this is asking me to think on the way ring is reflected in Lenormand. The ring means commitment. It means sometimes a soul contract, things like that. The soul contract of the heart, understanding what this is that's going on, understanding the relationship of the heart. This is huge. And allowing yourself to move forward. And this is part of the soul contract. I don't know what that's about, but that's what's coming forward. Then here we're seeing the little Scotty dog. I hope I can show that close enough. So that's where it is. It looks like Toto, or a Schnauzer, or a Scotty dog. And then the key. This is talking about the friend, the loyal friend. Right now, what's going on for you is friendships are key, important. Understanding the friendship that was there in the past is huge for you right now. Understanding how to be a good friend, not just to others, but to yourself, is huge, important for you. There's transformation going on, and there's also guidance coming. Now, this is the mermaid, but it's also bringing through the realms of angelic. So whether you want to call it Lemuria or the angel realms or the star realms, it doesn't matter. There's mythic guidance coming through. This is other side guidance coming through. This is the moon. This is coming through. This is like the only part of the week that's not fitting. And this is the moon that isn't here yet. So something that you're doing between now and the next moon is what's coming up. It feels like, I think tonight is actually a big moon, but it feels like between now and the next moon work that needs to be done in the dream space right here. That's what I'm getting. That's what it feels like coming through. Allow yourself to be with your subconscious. You don't have to analyze every aspect of the dreams, but allow yourself to dream through it. You're saying grief is so difficult. Yeah. And the thing that nobody seems to tell us about grief or grieving, or the same thing that maybe I just missed, is that you think it gets over and done with, and it sneaks up on you at unexpected times, and it's not done. It's not a one and done thing. It's done for a while, and you set it down, and then whoosh, overwhelmed again. Your dreams have been off the hook. So busy. Yeah. Just understand that they're going to be a little bit all over the place, and that's okay. The key and the anchor coming through and the friendship. Don't doubt that spirit is by your side. Now, when you see the dog here, we talked about Toto and the Scotty dog. When you see the dog in tarot, that's supposed to represent spirit and your guide coming through with you, with the Fool. It's always with the Fool card. You see the dog going along, as if to warn you or caution you that you might be going over the cliff, that kind of thing. So trust in spirit entirely when you're going through here. Trust your guides going through this next little stage. Trust that this next couple months are going to be a little bit bumpy for you, bumpier than what you'd expect. Unexpected emotions at strange places is what I'm getting. Yeah. Allow yourself to circle around and circle back through something, and circle around and circle back through something again. That's what's important for you right now, is to allow yourself the full process. That's what I've got. That feels very complete on that. But that's just this week. And that's a lot of advice for a little bit of charms, but that's what's going through. Lemurian energy coming through more and more and more. Yeah, that's why the mermaid came through. You can call it angels. You can call it whatever. Let me see if I can hold that so you can see. But that's the mermaid energy right there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's there. So, yeah, that's what's coming through. And it's like, that's all right. That's okay. That's a good thing. So get yourself in the space of mind and heart where you can just be and then move forward a little at a time. Yeah, you can. You definitely can, honey. All right. So that's what I've got for yours right now. Okay, let me get a little bit of water and then we'll see what else is going on. All right. You are so, so welcome. No problem. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. Okay. Well, let me hold this up. This is what we're doing today, guys. This is what we're doing. That was a blind, and then the pinch is $10 if you want the charms read. This is what's going on. Check the Venmo for Joni for a full, please. You got it. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, let Kim know if you've done any of this. Kim will keep my brain on straight. So thank you, Kim. We'll check it. We're going to go for Joni. My Venmo is kind of stupid, but we'll see. And see what's going on. Yeah, I swear this iPad, I just want to shoot it sometimes, but I think it's probably me and not it. So I'm sure it's probably there. Transactions. Let's see. It's right there. Okay. Joni for a full is next. Open to whatever you need to know. Okay. Joni for a full. We're going to the Good Fortune Tarot for you. And this is a sweet one. I got a note recently, and it's so sweet. And this one was an unexpected surprise for me. So Joni for a full. What does she need to know? I'm going to flip the iPad down for Joni. I'm getting this arc, so we're going to go like that. Usually when I get that arc, it's like rainbow arc or a trajectory, and it feels like a trajectory, like shooting the arrow and the arc, and then it comes down. That's what we're getting for Joni. Okay. What's the trajectory that you're trying to move through? What does Joni need to know? Okay. What I'm getting on this trajectory, I'm going to show you, I'm pointing this down. You can see that the trajectory goes this way, but what I'm getting is also the zigzagging through it. So that's what I'm going to fill in those cards next, and we'll see what comes out of that. So, okay. Really strange. Really a strange spread. I don't think that It's like trying to keep the focus for you is a little bit challenging. Try to keep on track is focusing. Feels like people and energies are going to be pulling you different directions. So if you see the trajectory going like this and it's you've pulled the arrow back and it's supposed to shoot straight, you know when a wind will hit something, or if you're driving your car and the wind hits and it pushes you around, it feels like people are pushing and pulling for your focus in a big way. And I'm not sure why that is, but that's what's going on. Now, I'm going to go back down to the cards now so you can see. Starting with the Six of Swords, this is very different from the usual Six of Swords. Usually Six of Swords, they're in the boat, they're leaving the rough waters going to the smooth. That's the whole idea, heading towards peace. But look how tricky it is for this one to have to navigate. This one is a little bit more of a challenge to do that. It's like a little bit of a crazy psycho hopscotch game. Really tricky. Don't know why, but really tricky for you. That's what's going on here. And then the King of Cups is coming up. This is balance, balance, balance. And it feels like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's like you have people that push and pull and lead you to perhaps extreme ways of thought or thinking, and thinking that that's the only way it needs to go, when it doesn't. It can go a little bit differently. It can go a lot bit differently. But there does need to be more balance about it. Hang on. This is being weird over here. I don't know why it's cut a reflection and it's distracting, but okay. There we go. I tell you to be focused and not distracted, and my own thing is off to the side and distracting me so strongly that it interrupts me. Metaphor? Example? Boing. All right. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Very interesting. Okay, teacher is right here coming up. The King of Cups is one that wants the balance, wants the emotional detachment, doesn't let the emotions get the better of him, but still exercises a great deal of compassion. Hierophant comes up. This is having access to more information, more knowledge. This is institutional and traditional stuff going on, and this is getting the keys to the kingdom coming up very, very strongly. This is huge. This is shown in a different way. This one is shown in a way that is more gentle. And it's not shown in the way of just monks, but it's children. It's like you are ready to learn and teach, and learn and teach. And these are the edges of things you must inhabit. You must be student and teacher all at once. So if you're ready to learn something new or to teach something new, you have to dive in deeper, and allow it to be taught and felt through you. The world, you complete something and move forward. And then crazy. You have a lot of major going on in this. You have the Hierophant, then you have the world, completion of something. This is where you're leveling up, getting keys to something new, right? Leveling up. And then death. And look at, death dances with the end of the world here. Death dances with the completion and moving through a new portal. This is death and transformation, dancing through it. This is hugely done. It is asking for you to lighten up and go in a lighter approach to something, and the Empress comes through next in a reverse and with a delay. Don't overmother the whole universe. Take care of yourself first. Allow whatever is the new project to move through first. And then a choice needs to be made. And that's the end of the arc, the decision point here. And this feels like this is coming up. Wow, this feels like his way out. There's one decision point that feels like August and one that feels like February, and I don't know what that's about, but that's what's coming through. These swords look like you're facing the same decision, and I'm getting August and February. I don't usually get months in any way with this, but that's what I'm getting. All right, we're going to look down at the cards again and show you what's zigzagging across, or what's crossing your path as you're going through. Okay, so what we're seeing here is the Seven of Cups, decisions, and the Page of Cups. Look at this. Fantastic. This is the artist, the creator, the creative student one, right? He goes through the cup of water and he gets the fish. There's something of big substance coming up here. So something you wish and you dream for, you will take action on, creative action on, and it's going to bring you gift and reward. And what's coming through above this? Judgment. This is a second chance that comes again. Again, I'm getting this reference to the August and September, the lesson that you get in August. Now, sometimes this is people preparing to go back to school, doing their thing. And then they might change something in February. August and February is what I'm getting here. But this feels like judgment. And what it is, it's your second chance. It's like you're getting another shot at something, another opportunity. It's more substance than what you thought. Coming through strong for you. Four of Cups. You're like almost like, yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to do it. But look how huge this is. The universe is giving you an opportunity whether you like it or not. The universe is giving you a lesson of substance whether you like it or not. Even if you deny the opportunity, the universe will still teach you something. You're getting teacher and student too strongly in this. Something that you're revisiting, lessons that you're relearning. Maybe you thought, oh, I'm too old for this, or oh, that was just a silly dream. I put that away a long time ago. I'm not, no, I'm not doing that. Yes, you are. The universe is trying to dance with you again. This is completion of something, a definitive end of something, and a transformation happening. This card of moving on comes up next in the zigzag, going back and forth, moving on, moving on, moving on. Letting go of the painful past and moving on is coming forward. And then the Seven of Pentacles, the harvest comes in. So the dreams and aspirations of earlier on that were up here are now coming in over here. The harvest is here. And this is not letting go of your dreams, not forgetting your dreams, not forgetting who you are. Now, what else is coming through on this? Underneath, I want 5 across down here. So we're going to scooch these and see what comes through here. I want a good old shuffle, old school shuffle, if I can do it. Loud, crisp, loud. Okay, yeah. All right. So what we're seeing here is the Queen of Pentacles, which is very much closest to the Empress, if you ask me. The one that is prolific, the one that is abundant, the one that knows how to pragmatically take care of things and others and what's in her pantry and all of that. She knows, but she knows she needs to move forward. She's at this moment of stillness before she moves forward, and this is what's happening. There is balance coming to you, and you're moving forward. You're going to navigate the next few months in a kind of tricky, weird way, and it feels like this is going on through July. Like halfway through July, you're across to the other side. It's more peaceful, but this is what's going on. Sometimes it takes a little while. If the car used to be cold, you'd have to warm it up before you'd go anywhere. That's what I'm getting. Then the 10 of Wands coming through here. You got the 10 of Swords here, where it's like moving on, moving on. This one, the 10 of Wands, is whatever it is you're doing, you need to do it a little bit smarter. It's going to be challenging to do, but you can do it, and you need to do it a little bit smarter. And this is a heavy load that you're carrying. It's not impossible to do what it is you set out to do, but you can do it in a different way that makes it a little bit less of a burden. And then you can set it down and move forward towards what you really want. The Emperor comes up next. You want your kingdom set up in a way that makes sense to you. You want things to be on your terms, and there's nothing wrong with it. This has to be completed first. Then transforming the kingdom, all right? Then the Page of Swords is here. You've seen things, you've witnessed things. Now it's time to move forward with the truth that you've gained going forward from here. What else does she need to know? Don't reject the offering is what I'm getting. This is the truth of what is being offered to the subconscious is going to bring a lot of good reward to you. Huge reward. So don't reject it. Don't reject it. Yeah. Don't reject the offering. Sometimes this one comes in as a little bit too good to be true. He's not going to fight your battles for you, but the ideal is going to help drive you forward. You need to quest for the grail for yourself. Don't reject the offering. Quest for the grail for yourself to move forward. It's right here. And if I say don't reject the offering because it's going to bring rewards, and we get this, the knight literally offering the cup, yeah, don't reject the offering. Something is happening big for you. Now, it feels like in this read, it feels like that from now until about mid-July, kind of like grinding the gears kind of energy. Then it feels like also be aware of August and be aware of February. I'm not sure what's going on in there, but it feels like whether you're literally going back to school or figuratively going back to school, the universe is offering you a lesson, offering you a time where you can be more emotionally in touch instead of extreme this, extreme that. You can be more balanced emotionally, and you can go forward towards whatever this is offered in a different kind of a way. That's what I've got. That feels complete. Holy smokes. I love that for you. And you have so much major going on, whether you realize it or not. Every day you are stacking and adding lessons in a major arcana kind of way to the universal archetypes. So the daily grind, even if it feels like, oh, this is boring and nothing really is happening, it is happening. You're welcome, Joni. You are so, so welcome. All right, Debbie for a full is next. Let me get a little bit of water, and we'll go to Debbie's full. Just 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm looking around. I haven't seen Debbie's deck yet, which means it's not on my table. I've got to find it. I know she doesn't, nobody has a specific deck, but if I'm drawn to a specific deck for a person, that's what I go to. I'm a little surprised, but this is where we're going. This is in my Halloween decks. We're going to the Cozy Witch Tarot for Debbie for a full. These are beautiful, sweet, sweet, sweet art, and I usually use them at Halloween time, but this is where we're going right now. So, all right, such a gorgeous read. All right, for Debbie for a full. Now, Debbie, if you had a question, let me know. I didn't see it coming through here, so if you have a question, a specific one, let me know, and I will double check here on the iPad, but this is the deck we're in, and this is called the Cozy Witch Tarot. You love that deck so much? Yeah, Brandy, it's a good one. It's a really, really good one. So we're going to see if there's, I don't see any messaging for a specific question. What will be in the next year? Okay. All right. You got it. All right. I want to set up a 9-pack, and then we're going to go on both sides of it and see what's going on here. So this is what we're doing. I do offer a year ahead, and it's usually by the month, but that doesn't feel like what's going on. What's going on in the overall for you for the next year? We're going to take a look, see what's going on. Ugh, running out of room for my cards. Okay, flipping that down, flipping this down. This is what I've got for the 9-pack. I want to go, yeah, we're going to frame this thing. It feels like a frame within a frame. Give me a second. I'm going on both sides of it. And I have to scooch this up for this to be in frame. Huge transition is what's coming up for you. And it's going to be, the Tower is in the middle of this. That's one of my favorite cards. And most people hate the Tower. I love the Tower. I love it. It's considered the beautiful disaster or the big calamity. It's considered disaster and ruin, but I love it because it's the plot twist. And what makes a good story? The plot twist. Okay. Bring these down here. Okay, all right. We've got repeats going on here right to the side of the Tower. Very, very interesting. The repeat is in Judgment. To thine own self be true. This is what's coming up. Judgment card. And this says, all the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You kind of have a little bit of doubt for that right now. What's surrounding you right here in the center. There's anxiety and stress about this new shift of change in life. This is saying, get ready, things are about to get shaken up. That's the Tower, the plot twist, the wrecking ball, cosmic wrecking ball coming through in a big way. This is bolt out of the blue shit. Stuff beyond your control. It's like kablam. It's all about the pivot. Yeah, it really is. We can control certain aspects of how we're going to handle and move through certain things. But when the universe has a change for us and it's a divine detour and it's big, it's big. It's bigger than what you can control. So don't feel like you're not prepared enough or you don't know what to do. Whatever it is, when it comes and it changes things, it changes things. What we're seeing up in the top here, I'm going to go back down to here. What we're seeing here is the choices, choices, choices. And it says, not every option to you given will be a great option for you. This is a little bit of procrastination that's going on currently, that you don't want to make a certain change, but it's going to happen. You're going to need to understand what is your territory to claim, where you stand strong, who you allow to approach you, who you allow in your present, and who you need to say, get lost, hit the bricks, get out of here. Yeah, very, very forcefully. That's coming through quite strongly. So it feels like somebody is going to be in your realm, in your presence, and you need to let them know, done, it's over. No, you're not getting a 15th chance. No, I'm not going to spend my time doing this. No, I'm not going to just give you the obligatory or automatic yes. That's not going to happen with this one. They can approach, but you're not giving it away so easily and freely as you did before. Now here we have the 9 of Cups. The happiness for you is huge, huge, huge coming through. This is live in a constant state of gratitude. This is something where you've traveled something differently. You still will have a little bit of anxiety, still a little bit of trouble settling down, particularly at the night and getting the rest that you need to get. Don't let the anxiety overtake you. It does not serve you. See what's going on down here. 1 second. Flipping down, flipping down, flipping down, flipping down. The Knight of Cups here, the Ace of Cups here, and the King of Cups here. It's all about the love, 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 love. It's big, big. When you have the Ace of Cups, it's a new opportunity, new spiritual growth, new starts in love and emotion that are huge. Knight of Cups coming through. We just saw that as the brilliant offer. It's kind of a little bit of a Romeo card sometimes. This says romanticize the present moment every chance you get. This is a different way of seeing it, but it's when you are the one that is on the quest. You are the one holding the grail. You're not waiting for somebody external to do something. You're doing it for yourself. This is huge. And the King of Cups. Always compose yourself before giving a response. Where I was saying you were saying no to people or telling them no. Yeah, you're learning and remembering this quite strongly. Now, what's going around the frame? Let's see. I want to go all the way around this way. And then I'll see if I can get some time frames in here since you asked for it to be done in the way of a year. It feels like you're repeating a similar cycle that you've had before or a lesson that you've known before, but it feels like this is finally the year you get to be free of it. We're starting out with this Tower as a repeat here. You can see it here. This is big. Sorry, let me hold it right side up. The fact that it's in the center of the card and this is where we start for the repeat, this is big. This is big, big, big. This is asking you to move forward, asking you to allow when this comes, whatever this is that is the tornado or whatever. If you're Dorothy, you allow the tornado to carry you because what other choice do you have? You end up in Oz and then end up back home, but there's a lesson that you learn as you're going around this. This is huge for you. This is huge, huge. The Tower is nothing to be messed with or trifled with. If you try and resist it, it doesn't do you any good. I mean, you really can't resist a hurricane or a tornado coming through. If something is a bolt out of the blue that strikes something, you can't resist it. The change is going to be there. Allow yourself to move through this. This is huge. They have this as the broom, but 13 is usually death, but they've got it marked as the broom. Sweep out what you need to sweep out. Move on from what you need to move on from. It says tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. This is why I like the Tower, because whenever you get the beautiful disaster, whatever comes after it is always so much of an improvement. It's always something better. Always. And it feels like, how is this going to work out? How is this going to work out? Yeah, and I am getting, give it 6 months, give it 6 months, give it 6 months. So after, say somebody says, okay, their company just, like my husband's company, just closed up shop after 100 years and was like, done. Everybody's done. Don't bother coming into work today. 6 months from that was huge, huge growth for us. So allow yourself to have a 6-month window of time. Allow that to be what you're kind of aware of. Let it be a little bit loose for you, but that's what's going on. Now this one around here is saying 7 of Pentacles. And this is saying nurture what you have and see how it grows. There's a gift, a talent that you have that you are not paying attention to. It needs more tending. If you were to put something in a garden, you would tend to it, tend to it, tend to it. This is asking you to tend to it. Now, we have on the bottom of this, before the Tower, subconsciously, we have the 10 of Swords. This is where something needs moved on from. Somebody that's hurt needs to move on. This is saying, hurt people and hurt witches, hurt witches. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt witches, hurt witches. Letting go of the hurts, letting go of the anxiety, letting go of the stress is huge before this Tower happens. Tower happens, moving forward, moving forward. Okay. Okay. I've got the time now. Thank you. This feels like summer. This line up here, that's right here where my arm is, feels like summer, fall, winter, spring. That's what we've got. Summer, fall, winter, spring. I don't know why it's coming in that way, but that is what it's coming in. Let's see what's going on. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, the good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell is what it says. This is where the Wheel of Fortune. This is where you take whatever the Tower has left in the rubble and you either kick it out of the way or find a way to use it in a new and completely different way. And this is huge for you. Then the 6 of Wands, a victory is coming through. So by fall, the victory is coming through quite strongly. Here, We're seeing the 10 of Wands. And this is fall. I tell you, pumpkins are all through here. 10 of Wands, fall energy. I'm not getting a straight Halloween reference, but I am getting October. This is what's coming. So whatever is this talent that you've been asked to amplify, to nurture, to grow, you need to do it through the summer and clear through to October. What that is, I don't know, but it feels like nurture this gift, nurture this gift, nurture this gift. It has to go, and you have to tend it. Just like a gardener has to tend its garden. This is something huge for you. This is summer, this is fall, going down through winter now. King of Pentacles. And this is saying thanks for support, and it's saying true success isn't just about money, it's about happiness too. This is why you have to nurture it. Before you're turning and pivoting into winter, you have to acknowledge the success and the happiness that you've had. This is huge coming in. What I'm getting is this is coming up more like the farmers market stands that you see around during the summer and the fall. You're seeing them. And then they have to like hunker down and replan, recalibrate for their next little bit. This is what's leading you into spring. So this feels like we've got October, November going on here. October, November going on. Going forward and down. The Lovers is coming in, and choices you need to make in the winter coming up. This is a choice for the desire of the heart and how you need to pursue it, how you need to go forward. This is huge for you. And then the 10 of Cups. This is a 4, but it's giving me a 10. Why am I getting that? Why am I getting this? We have the 9 coming up in the big, big grand scheme. And this 4, this is usually somebody that is rejecting something, not taking something, and it's asking a 10 to come in here. I'm going to look in the big cards. Why is this coming in as a 10? This says try not to be picky, okay? But this is something else. This is gifts you're receiving, gifts and blessing that you're receiving, things that are coming in winter, something that you've nurtured all through that's now coming in a big way. What is this about? Yeah, I want both cards. Okay. All right. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles, fruits of labor coming in, fruits of labor, and then the Moon. What do you do with it? The intuition. It's like you knew this would be coming in as a reward, as a gift, and now it's come in strongly. What do you do with it? This Moon is showing her journaling quite a bit, and that I would advocate starting now. Journal quite a bit. Take time for deep self-reflection is essential. Yes, yes, yes. Nurture what you have to see how it grows. Yes, yes, yes. This is this is the Cozy Witch. It's you getting cozy and comfy with yourself, with your own soul, with your own spirit. And if you do the work and put the work in and do the journaling or the reflective periods in the writing, it's going to be something that's huge. And this is something you need to start now. This is something you start before the Tower moment or as the Tower moment. Yeah, this is something you need to be doing now. Don't know why it's coming through so strong, but yes, it is. Don't reject the idea or the notion of journaling or writing things down in a more concrete way. It helps you process things, move through things, think through things, let go of things. It helps you shed what doesn't need to be there and helps you extract what needs to be there for the divine knowledge, the fruit of labor, the divine knowledge, the thing about your talents and gifts. This is huge for you. 4 of Swords. Rest and reprieve. Reflect, reclaim, renew. All of this coming forward in such a strong, strong way. That's through the winter. Then you get Judgment and the 8 of Swords. This is where you can look back and you're going to feel a little bit like doubting yourself when you should actually be trusting yourself. This is Judgment and Discernment. This is the card of Resurrection. This is be true to yourself. And then this is showing where you have a little bit of doubt. Now, if you go and you look in your laptop, she's got her laptop here, or in the book that you've been doing your writing. And I strongly suggest writing in journaling versus laptop. Some people do it by laptop, but there's something about pen to page that's important for you. If you reflect on it, you'll see where you've conquered. Then the Cozy Witch starts again and justice comes through. This is where you really, really have this. Now, this is winter and this is spring. So as we're moving into the next spring, you will have completed this full circle, full cycle. Again, gotten cozy with yourself. Again, understood why the Tower needed to be there. It's like the beautiful disaster. It's the beautiful unexpected plot twist that comes in. Nobody likes it. Like my husband and I, we weren't real thrilled when his company of 100 years said, yeah, we're done. And 30,000 people got laid off. It wasn't personal, but boy, it felt personal. So when you have these towers that kick in so strong, Be aware of them. The other thing that kicks in really, really strong in this read is the Judgment. And this is what you're learning to do, learning to do, learning to do. Gather yourself together. Reflect on things. Gather your wits together. Gather your intuition together. Start journaling more strongly and more fiercely than you've ever done in your life. It's important for you. Even if you're only on some days able to do a couple of sentences or a paragraph. It's not like you have to write a novel, but you have to have points of reflection for you to look back on so you can see your own patterns and so you can let go of things that get in your way. That's complete. Wow. That was big. That was big, 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 big. But that was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love this for you. And this is called the Cozy Witch Tarot. And it is so sweet. And then there's the, I think it's called Believe Your Own Magic by the same person as an oracle. And it is a fabulous deck. Usually I get it out during the fall. I was surprised that I got it out this time. But I go to where the cards lead me. So if that's where we're going, that's where we're going. And that's what I had for you. All right, next is Michelle for a blind. Okay, Michelle, just 1 second. Let me get these cards out of my way. Pretty soon I'm going to have to put another tray in here. But let me get some water. Then we're going to look at your blind. I want the water first. So Michelle for a blind. Okay. So we have, I think this is the Healing Waters Oracle. Then we have the Elemental Empath Oracle. And then these are the Forest Guardians or something like that. The Forest People is what's coming through for Michelle. So this is what's going through. And the water one came through first. And this comes through very strong. So let's see what's going on with this for Michelle. Doubling, doubling, wow, doubling. Hang on, wow, doubling. Wow, 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 doubling, doubling. We've got the 7 and the 14 coming in. I don't even know what these cards say yet, but doubling, doubling is coming in. It's not 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's an amplification. An amplification is coming through for you. So whatever you're putting your energy in, you're in a time where you're amplifying things in a huge way. So if you're going to amplify misery, don't do it. If you're going to bitch and complain, don't do it. Don't do it. No. Amplify. Really be very keenly aware of where your focus is. You're in a space where there's a huge opportunity. Doubling, doubling, doubling. So what you're putting your energy is coming back in or amplifying in a way that it is doubled, doubled, doubled. This is coming in huge for you. So be very, very clear about where your mindset is, where your goals and ambitions are, where your heart is. Not just your heart's desire or write it on the page for you, but where you're feeling. What are you feeling? If you're feeling blah, 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 you want double of the blahs? No. If you need to shift up your energy, jack your music around, shift it around a little bit so you can get this energy of boosted, boosted, boosted. Don't know what's going on. Doubling, doubling, doubling. And we need to stretch this out. Okay. All right. I'm going to push this back down so you can see what's going on. Okay. We need to stretch this out. It's calling for expansion, calling for expansion. Anything else in here? Yeah, there is one more in here. Okay. This is saying rejuvenation. So we're going to look at these in a little bit. But I want to get some of these elemental empaths in here. Okay. All right. Okay. Then we'll go to the forest in a minute. No, we're going to the forest now. This one has 3 cards underneath it. I don't know why, but okay. And we're meant to see them later, so I'm going to put them face down before we get to these. So hang on. Okay, okay, okay. All right. All right, so that's what we got. So let's see what's going on here. That was wild. Okay, so this is saying Lady of the Lake, intention, and I conjure magic. What was I talking about? And then this one is saying, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Varanasi, it's endings. I embrace the infinite flow of life. So you're allowing something to be shifted, something to change. allowing something to end before moving forward. And in the center, we've got, this says Akposulis, and it's rejuvenation. I cherish the time I devote to myself. This is huge. It isn't just I spend a little time on myself. No, you're cherishing the time you devote to yourself. So whether you have an hour or whether you have a weekend, you need to be really dedicated, devoted, honor it, hold it sacred. This time for yourself, whether you're getting it in small moments and increments or whether you carve a chunk out. And I would suggest you carve a chunk out for yourself a little more frequently. It's going to be really good for you, really potent for you. It's important for you to be able to honor self in such a way that it allows for growth and where you can kind of pull yourself up and get accountable with yourself. If your focus has been you're so frustrated or critical, or you've been hard on a certain situation that's gone on, or a certain person, or whatever it is that you've been critical, harsh on, and you know it's time to let it go, and you know that that doesn't add to you, and you don't want to amplify that. It's asking for you to take the time to look at that honestly, accountably, and then realize when are you going to be ready to let that go for your own good in order to move forward, in order that you might move forward and have double the experience and more joy and more expansion. You have to be prepared to let go of something. Okay, now going this way. We've got the mirror and we've got raise your vibration. This is saying the world's a mirror, notice the patterns and clear blocks, which we just discussed. And then raise your vibration, connect to the light and release the blocks, strengthen and it's saying safely. If somebody has wronged you and they've really screwed up, they've really wronged you, or they've been harsh or whatever, they've been harsh and judgy or kind of toxic, sometimes the accountable thing to do is have the conversation and move forward in the relationship. Other times the accountable thing to do is let them have their misery, let them be in the shit swamp all they want, that you don't have to be there with them. This is what you need to know. You can mirror and reflect and honor, but you need to mirror, reflect, and honor self first. You don't need to be dragged back into old drama, old harm, old nonsense. No, you need to really move yourself forward. Yes, yes. What I'm getting is this image of the swamp and then this like rope, and somebody is throwing, I don't know what they call that. I guess it'd be like a grappling hook or an arrow that has the rope attached to it and it goes out of the swamp, and you're pulling yourself out of that. When you focus on the positive, you're pulling yourself forward. Yes, yes, it's shifted. It's moved me. Yeah, Lucy likes this. She's showing me, instead of the swamp, she's showing me tower, grappling hook to the tower. It is the climb. It is what you're doing. It is the way of thinking and seeing things in a more positive mindset in order to move yourself forward. You've been wrestling with the past. The ways have always been wronged and judged. Yeah, it just is no longer relevant. The people that are your critics, or when we are our own harshest critics, is just no longer relevant. And in this context here, what you need to double is not the criticism of self or how you feel like something went kind of sideways or wrong. Rather, instead, the challenge is to do it in a way that we see what we learned from that, what we learned from the difficult experience, and who are we now, and how do we want to go forward now, and honor the positive stuff going forward. Now, this is up here is bringing us ego illusions. It says, don't believe thoughts. And then it says inner stories and befriend the ego. And this shows all the masks that we wear. It shows different ways of being. And then this face that's covered. It's asking you to go within. It's asking you to check out what's going on with your own masks that you wear and choose what it is that you want to bring forward. The ego and the stories we tell are just stories. What if we got a part of it wrong, you know? Have you ever thought about different things in childhood and told a story at a family gathering, and then somebody else tells a story from a different view, then somebody else from another view? The story is just the story. It might be that there's more to it, or it's no longer relevant. The lesson has been enough of the lesson. It's time to move forward. Now, this is what's got me kind of thrilled and fascinated. This one says community, connect with others, supportive, and receive angels. Connect with others, support, give and receive, and angels. This is huge coming in. This is you building community, you building your family, you building your friends, you building your own North Star that's including other people. This is finding your family, that soul family. We have our birth family that we go to, our family of origin, and this is like elementary school. This is beginning jump off point for life, right? But then we also find friends and family and community. That's a big thing for us, moving forward. And these are people that help us along the way that are like the sisters from the other misters. Let's see what the fairy folk have for us. The shaman's child. Explore the new territory and joyful beginnings. This is saying nurture the magical child, the shaman's child. The things that you saw that maybe you shut down will be seen again. Like here we are seeing this white stag. When we look at this and we see animals that are white or divine light coming through, sometimes we've been taught to shut that down, and it's time for this to be opened up again. You see right here, let's see if I can show you right here near her forehead. It's like divine light and the divine way of seeing. Nurture this in yourself. Nurture your way of seeing. Your third eye needs to open. Crown chakra needs to open for you. Big, big, big. Explore the new territory. This is all about crown chakra energy coming through. Explore the new territory and with the new friends, with the new fellows that are going forward. This is saying Skoda's journey. And then we have joyful beginnings and Magdalene's reverie. Magdalene is coming through very strong for a lot of folks right now. A lot of folks. There's a reverie. There's a reverence, a respect, and honoring, and knowing what you know, getting through what was difficult and moving forward to the more gracious and sacred part of yourself is huge. Honoring this, being really, really open and receptive to angels right now. Call them angels, call them spirit guides, call them whatever you want. Being very receptive to the divine is huge for you right now. Things are trying to open and rejuvenate you right now in a huge, huge way. Is there anything else in here? Feels like there's one more. And it feels like it has to do with this rejuvenation thing. You're going to take a moment and pause before you start building this. The moment to pause, to sit, to be still. This says create a powerful network. You need to sit to be still. And then it says create a powerful network, Redwood Tree Divas. And this is spirits. But look at this. This is what's coming through. Sit and be still, rejuvenate. Cherish and devote time to self. And this is what leads you to more spiritual growth, more spiritual experience, and opening to what is the inner shaman that has been with you all along. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow, that was gorgeous. And it's amazing when the cards are that good, when the cards tell you that much. And it's this from a whole different deck saying the same thing as this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what I got for you. That's complete. I love that for you. Absolutely a stunner. Yep. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. I'm going to get a little bit more water, but that was the Water Oracle. I think it's the Forest Guardians or something like that. And then the Elemental Empath. You are so, so welcome, honey. So welcome. Let me get a little bit of water and then we'll do a pinch for Sandra. Okay. Pinch for Sandra. I don't have a time frame on this yet, Sandra. That's okay. I feel like the slipping through my fingers thing is coming up. You've got to be aware. You don't have to grab quite as big of a chunk. And the slipping through my fingers, you got to be aware when the time is to strike and to grab. Don't know what that's about, but that's what's come through. All right. Okay. All right. So what we're seeing here, hopefully you guys can see it well enough. There we go. For Sandra's, we've got the key, the hot air balloon, and the screw coming through as the biggest pieces. Damn near the biggest pieces. The change is coming through too. The key to understanding things, the wisdom, the knowledge, the insight, the critical information, the top secret classified shit that you need to know is that you need to be open to adventure and have your perspective be higher. The hot air balloon being key and what you're attached to, this is, you got to be anchored in something that's the higher perspective, not the lower perspective. There is change and transformation coming huge, huge with the dragonfly here. And then we've got the Christmas music coming through. What in the heck? We are getting like the Christmas symphony that's coming through. This is okay. All right. Something about the gift in the music that wants to come forward for you is not just your gift, but it's being part of the greater gift, the greater symphony. Yeah. And I keep getting the reference, and I don't think I've ever listened to it all the way through, but I keep getting the reference to Handel's Messiah, all of this. And it's referenced not so much as the religious reference, it's referenced as the musical gorgeousness that it is. This creation of this piece of music was epic. It was big, and it's resonant to this day. I don't even know what century it was created in, but there's different parts. And there is something where there's multiple harmonies, multiple voices, multiple instruments going on. Yeah, this is what's going on. There's big hallelujah coming in, very big hallelujah coming in. That's wild. It's giving me big celebration. Whatever this is, when you get the higher perspective and you become attached to the higher perspective rather than the overly grounded or drudgery one, but seeing things in the bigger picture, that's when the reprieve comes in. That's when the hallelujah energy comes in. That's when you literally have light and lightness coming through. So lightness as in lift for hot air balloon, right? Lightness, but light as in insight, spiritual insight, awakening, awareness, luminosity coming in. This is what's coming in. 1741 for Handel's Messiah. No wonder I didn't know what century. Okay. But this is what's coming in. This is the Christmas music, and this is the gift of understanding how complex the symphony is, letting yourself be light and lifted. Then what do we got here? The bloom where you're planted, understanding your role without being drugged down. This is allowing yourself to open. You've got the crown coming through here. And this is always one that says straighten your crown and own your crown, own your role, bloom where you're planted. There's no reason that where you are, not everybody had to be born into royal families to understand that they are divine. To understand how to adjust their crown. Not all of us will understand that, but many of us will. The role that we play is equally important as somebody else, even if we don't have a higher station, even if we're born into what seems like the ordinary circumstance, the regular daily type of circumstance where we're just one of the regular Joes, right? But we also understand our own divinity. There's a certain amount of specialness in each of us. Nobody is one more special than the other. We all have a divine role to play. And then going forward, we have this one, which it's the Namaste, but also I get the energy of the Fool coming on this. So it's the Namaste kind of sign. But the energy of the Fool comes in on this in a strong way. And I wanted to look at some cards. I almost grabbed them before I threw these things down. I want to look at them again. And they're like, I don't know, Nature's blah, blah, blah cards. These ones here. Hang on. And I want to see what's coming in on this. On this aspect of this card. There it is. It's right there. Oh, okay. The Labyrinth. It feels like for you, you feel like maybe you've been hitting dead end after dead end after dead end, not knowing where to navigate, not knowing where to go forward. This is why you need the higher perspective. If you have the higher perspective, you can see the path. You can see it more clearly. This is why you need the higher perspective. This is the key. This is the key for you, is to see it from the higher perspective, and you navigate that easily. And I'm saying easily. So when you get your head pulled out, when you get out of the daily grind and not in the drama, when you give yourself distance from that, when you back away from that, that's when change comes through like the dragonfly. That's when you ride the wind like the dragonfly. You allow change to happen. You allow, okay, this is crazy shit city happening. This is a crazy swamp happening. I am not going to get swept up in it. I am going to step back and see the higher perspective. That's when you can play your part best, when you play your instrument best, when you offer your voice best. That's when you navigate best, when you are attached to your own divinity, your own higher self, more so than the grounded thing. Then you see exactly how to bloom where you're planted. Then you relish and enjoy the role that you have in the now moment. This is what happens for you. And this is what makes you travel with ease. This is when you know you take a step of faith and the universe has you. You know it. You know it to the bone. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Have the higher perspective here. It will serve so strongly. And It just comes through over and over and over. Understand that we are all playing a part. We all play a role, and we all have an instrument and a gift and a voice that needs to come through beautifully strong. That's what I've got. All right. Matthew for a blind next. Okay, just 1 second. Let me get this put away, and we will see what's going on. Putting away the beautiful charms and flipping that this way, and we will see Matthew for a blind. Okay. Oh my gosh, Matthew. 1 second. I'm leaning over, way over here. I know the deck that I want. There's 2 of them actually. Just 1 second. I want all the cards so I can get the choices. Not that one. Not that one. Yes, this one's. Okay. And then there's one more. Okay. So crazy as it is, I think these are called the I Don't Care Oracle cards, and then the Freak Show Circus. And if we need to add another, we will. So this is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy coming up. Okay. We're going to shuffle and go towards the center here, and then we're going to put the oracle all around it. I don't know what we're doing. And I'm getting, and the star of the show is clown car coming through, clown car coming through, clown car coming through. Jeez, Louise, you have a lot going on. It's like you are trying to be the ringmaster of the whole thing right now, and everything is like, yeah, and welcome to the shit show is coming through also. There is a lot that you are trying to coordinate, orchestrate, and deal with right now, and it's just too damn much. You have judgment, and then you also have the 8 of Swords, the limiting thoughts here, and then judgment here. Now we're going to see what else is going on. We're going to bring this down, bring this down, bring this down. Holy smokes, Matthew, what is going on? Put these over here for now. We've got this smile, 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 more smiles, grin and bear it, and you are already dealing with something. You need to be wise in how you're dealing with it. Otherwise, you get bit, you get stung. This is like not just blind faith that is required. You need to slow down, chill out, and then be able to smile at what's coming forward, not the false smile. You can't, this is, take the picture, take the picture. I hate this, take the picture smile. I hate, okay, everybody smile. Cheese, take the picture. Nobody, smiling through gritted teeth is not smiling. That's not the true self coming through, and it doesn't serve. There is something, this says box with a pillow. There's something that needs to be confronted and handled, and it needs to be handled in a good way. So box with a pillow, not like a box that's holding the pillow, but instead of fighting, instead of having huge conflict, you need to resolve the conflict, and it needs to be done in a way that you can do it reasonably. If you've ever gotten into an argument with somebody and you just wanted to knock their block off, it doesn't serve, but there needs to be something resolved. Fall down on the couch. This is when you fall over laughing. This is when you're exhausted. Life has given you so much conflict that you're like, screw it, bring on whatever, bring it, smite me mighty smiter. This is what's coming through. And this is like usually exhaustion, the point of exhaustion coming through is asking you to breathe through it. You've had to grin and bear it, grin and bear it, grin and bear it. This is saying relax, everything's going to be fine. And if you can't see the hangman in this, you'll never see the hangman ever. This is a willing sacrifice. Everything is going to be fine. Calm down, shift the perspective. Give yourself a moment. Allow yourself to have a timeout. Allow people to solve their own dilemmas a little bit. Yeah, the circus music is still going through. It's like the circus isn't going to stop, but sometimes we need to stop and get out and get fresh air. Leave the tent for a bit. Quit trying to orchestrate and organize everything going on. The ringmaster isn't in the center of the spotlight all the time. He's organizing other things, but sometimes the ringmaster just needs to step out, have a break, and then come back and trust that whatever is going on under the tent is going to be fine. Whatever is going on in the circus is going to be fine. He doesn't need to be there every damn moment. Quit micromanaging whatever this is. Quit micromanaging. It doesn't serve. Quit worrying. It doesn't serve. Then here, this is saying, do this today. Don't do this today if you don't want to. Okay, exactly what I'm saying. And this one is like an owl with one eye shut. Like, yeah, a mom will sleep with one ear open sometimes. Just you sleep different when your kids are little. This is what it is. But you need to step back. Step back is what I'm getting. If you don't want to do it, if somebody else can handle it, delegate. All right? This says, I don't care to be perfect. And oh, thank goodness somebody put this on a card. Perfect isn't the goal. Perfect isn't attainable in a lot of things. It's this mythic idea that we want to do, and then we find a reason to criticize out of it without understanding the beauty of the moment we're in. Don't go for perfect. Go for solid. Go for resonant. That's more important. What feels solid to you, grounded to you, true to you. This is more perfect than any mythical thing in our head as perfect. Get yourself grounded. Get what's true to the heart. Get that, and you get the resonance that's hugely important for you. That you can do it. This is the universe trying to encourage you. The judgment. Answer the call of your higher self. Let go of the doubt. Let go of the limiting beliefs. You can do this. Answer the call of the higher self and trust that there is support going on for you. Imagine and then stop doing so much. Don't do for others. Don't do for others. You need to come back to this. You can do it and imagine. Now I want some other cards. Give me just a second here. There we go. This is called the shaman's dream. We've been in the circus, in the freak show circus. We've been in this I don't care thing. Now we're going into the dream space for you. Now we're going into the space when you realize you can do it. You answer the call of the higher self and you let yourself be guided and allow yourself to flow. So the circus music has died down. There's no more of the loud, obnoxious blaring. It's calmed. It's calmed. You're getting it. You're balancing. You're getting it. Okay. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. And look how they landed. Just look how they landed for a moment. Empty well. Time to replenish. What have we been talking about? And this landed right at the center. Empty well. Time to replenish. Then what's over here? Beloved. Radical acceptance. Right on the you can do it card. Yeah, this is a time to love, honor, cherish yourself, and treat yourself as the treasure you are. And then Dragon's Hoard. This is protecting the future. Instead of this fake smile, instead of doing everything for everyone, imagine what you want to protect for the future. This is huge. Feels like there's one more in here. Where was it? It's right here. Balancing act dances on one foot. It's going to take you a little bit of time to do it, but you can do it. Balancing act dances on one foot. There's something that comes through very graceful with this. This is the card. So you can see it. But there's something that comes through as if you could have the wings of angels under you. You know, we talk about angels and fairies, and sometimes people think, okay, that's very, very feminine. But if you think about John Travolta in the show Michael, that's the kind of angel wing support that you would see. You think about fairies in the masculine and the feminine form. This is the kind of energy under here. This dancing on one foot. Anybody that does ballet, whether they're male or female, the strength and the core strength they have that needs to come through is what happens when you replenish yourself. This is when you come through with things with more ease. This is gorgeous energy for you. You allow yourself to be imperfect and true to your own heart, and then everything not just resonates with you, but reverberates outward. And that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. That's what lets the circus leave town and lets you be center of your own soul, of your own universe. And it allows you to have your power back. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow, that was big. I did not expect that to come through. I mean, often we don't see those other cards. And it's like, okay, all right, but that's what came through. So yeah, that's beautiful. All right, let me move this tray out of the way, and then we'll see what's next. But that was great. That was really great. Okay, let me put this over here. And then the list is clear, so we'll do a collective. Okay, let me move these out the way and we'll do the collective. Where do we want to go for the collective one? Hang on. Yeah, okay. All right. We're going to the Star Maiden Tarot. Very strange kind of a tarot, but that's where we're going. That was the Shaman's Oracle. Yes, that was the deck. That was it. It's a gorgeous one. Absolutely a gorgeous one. Star Maiden. Starting us with the Two of Pentacles. The Juggler, the Juggler, the Juggler. Star Maiden. What are we doing? What are we trying to balance? We're all getting a test of our core strength. It doesn't mean 100 sit-ups and crunches. It means our essence, our core. What is at our heart? We are getting tested. I'll flip this down so you can see. Flip this down so you can see. We've got the Hermit and Justice. The desire to hold the light for others, the need for solitude, the need to face the dark night of the soul that is individual to us, and justice that is a little bit more universal, justice that is a little more broad spectrum. It's not just about our sense of justice or what we think is fair or what we think is right, what we think needs to balance. There's a little bit of karmic or broader spectrum justice that needs to come in. We are seeing when things are out of balance, and we're having to deal with what do we do to bring ourselves as an individual into balance while letting the universe do its work. That's a hard one. It's really hard. Some of us aren't ready to do it yet. So what we're seeing going forward here, this wanting to coordinate, wanting teamwork, wanting harmony, seeing the gift that could come forward. It's such a challenging time, but such an amazing time compared to all of history before now. And we get overwhelmed with the challenge. We get this Nine of Swords, stress, stress, stress energy. I want to get same deck, second deck of Star Maiden. See what's going on through the center of this. Because we get anxiety about it and we forget to work as a team. We forget to gather community close. And we can get overwhelmed, and it's not the time to do this. Get the group that works together, harmonized and working on a project together to bring things back in balance. Two of Wands, Eight of Cups. We're leaving something behind that's important to leave well and truly in the past. We've seen enough evidence of what doesn't work. And look, this is the mini of the Hermit in my book, and you can see why I call it that. You can see the little lantern. You see this person in the cloak leaving. This is the miniature lesson. This is the major. We have to hold the light. A lot of people don't know that they are going to learn the lesson of what doesn't serve. They don't know this yet. They're learning it on a different level. Their curriculum is different. Not better, not worse. Different. They're learning it on a different kind of scale. That's all right. Two of Wands. How do you plan and partner and work towards going towards the future? This is important. Instead of just juggling and thinking there isn't enough, you have to work together. This is what's coming up. This working together is huge. Ace of Cups. This is what brings new emotional growth, transformation with this butterfly here coming in. This is what happens. The overflow of emotions, whether they are good or bad, cathartic or sorrow, grief or joy, the emotional overflow is here. And it is what's creating transformation and leading us forward. Is there one more? It feels like there is. One more that will return us to stronger balance. Four of Pentacles. This is one where greed is in the way. The miser is in the way because they are feeling insecure in the heart, and there needs to be protection of the heart. This is like knowing when to be vulnerable and when not to is something tricky. And some people, even though they have plenty, they just get closed off, contracted. They don't want to expand. What do we do with that? Queen of Wands. The territorial queen, of course. Of course, the territorial queen comes up. She's the one that knows when people approach what to do. She is the most she's the one that sits like a dude. She's the most central. She's also knows her power, knows how to inspire, knows how to lead. And she knows how to do that from a seated position. She walks into the room and the energy of the room changes. She knows this. She knows this about herself. She knows this has to change. People need to understand where their boundary is, where their territory is, what they're going towards. Not just what they're walking away from, but what they're going towards. When people can walk towards something together, that inspires partnership. That inspires teamwork. That is what helps move a society together, moves a group of people. It's this idea of working together, moving together towards the better. This is what's something that is huge. And some people aren't going to get it. Some people aren't going to have a clue. But society as a whole is trying to ascend, trying to move forward, trying to improve and increase, not in just the monetary sense, no, but for the good of everyone is what's coming through. There is a bigger vision and more people are waking up. And I know that sounds a little bit hippy trippy, but whatever. The Fool. We are going towards the new start, whether we know it or not. We are barreling towards the edge of the cliff. We are going off and the universe will catch us. And that is the damn truth. That is what's going forward. Whether we like it or not, whether we try, you know, when you see people chasing the cheese wheel down the hill and they're just out of control. They're running so fast, they're out of control. This is what it feels like. It feels like out of control, but the destination is already thought of and is in mind, and we are going for it. The universe will catch us. We will get through it. That's what I got on that. So yeah, wow, wow, wow. The last two cards really hit home. Yeah, raising the vibration and increasing the vibes. And whether people want to believe in it in whatever spiritual or religious way they want to, that's fine. It's not so much about how they want to label it. It's about everybody gets to grow, and it's going to be a little out of control and uncomfortable. And the lesson is surrender and let the universe catch us. All right, I'm going to put these to the side somewhere. I guess I'm going to put them here. Woo! Sorry, they're slippery little buggers. They really, really are. Put them back here. And then, Kim, is the list clear? Do we have someone on the list? Alyssa for a blind in a pinch. Alicia. I don't ever know if this is Alicia or Alyssa. And I know friends that spell it all kinds of different ways. So forgive me if I get it wrong. But Alicia for a blind in a pinch. Absolutely. Absolutely, we're going here. Okay, so very, very clearly, we are going to the Lightworkers deck, the Beyond Lemuria deck, and the Angels deck. So this is where we're going very clearly for you right now. It's where we need to be going, so that's what's happening. This is the center of it all right here. Wow, and there's three. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. This is what we're looking at. There's three right here. Transformation, protection, and sisterhood of the rose. Oops, hang on. I moved my phone a little too fast. There we go. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Transformation, protection, and sisterhood of the rose. The divine feminine is coming through super strong on these. And this is coming through as a circle of protection around you, a circle of light around you. It's not just the grandmothers. There is something that is very connected. Divine feminine coming through very, very strongly so that you might be able to teach others. This sisterhood of the rose, they are priestesses, mystics, and teachers. And this is beauty and devotion that's coming through. This is something you need to remember and recall. These people are these people. This group is this group. Protection. It says, call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. This is the task at hand for you right now. And then the transformation. So whatever this is, if there has been people around you that have taken too much or drain your energy, you are now being asked to let go of that. To reclaim, recall your energy back to you is huge, important for you. Allow the sisterhood of the rose, the sisterhood of the ancestors, the grandmothers, the aunties, and the whatnots in the way back. All the divine goddesses that are working with you and all those on your angel squad that are working to bring you back into your feminine energy in a way that is balanced and right so that you can move forward, you can allow things to come forward, and so the abundance can come your way. The abundance can move through you. This is clearing blockages, honey. This is what's going on. And the card of transformation says things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing coming through. This is a reclaiming time for you to reclaim yourself and reclaim your throne. Now I'm going to leave these kind of in the center here, and then we're going to go across with the Beyond Lemuria and see what's going on. So, okay, here we are here. Here we are here. Beyond Lemuria. Okay, this one wants to come. This one wants to come. This one wants to come. There needs to be distinct and decisive decisions that you are making. That's really a lot of D's, very much alliteration. You need to be choosy and selective and specifically particular about what it is you want. You need to get real crisp and sharp about what it is you want. I want this result. I am willing to sacrifice this. I'm willing to do that. This is what it's going to take. I am ready. That's what's coming through. Okay, now let's take a look at what's going on here. This is coming through. This says Realm Bridger. This is talking about craftsman work that is not in the 3D. This is when you're building things to the astral, when you're bridging realms to the astral, to the ancestors, to all kinds of things. You're building a spiritual bridge, and this is huge for you. This is coming through with learning, and balancing the forces. This isn't the card of the teacher that comes through on this deck, but it's saying balancing the forces. You are being required. This is asking you to build a spiritual bridge so you've been able to move forward, to pull things forward, to create the next steps for yourself in a more harmonic way and allow others to follow the footsteps, to follow the bridge that you built. This is huge for you. Transformational energy here. Freedom, unbound spirit, creativity comes through here, but this is very, very the time of change of dragonfly. Also, if you think about butterfly, death and rebirth and transformation, this is huge, huge, huge. Again, building, building, building. This is what you're building, honey. You're building something about community, something about the sisterhood, and something about the link. What's going forward here? Give me a second. Okay. Lucy's in the house, and Lucy is one of my guides, and she's asking me to show you this bridge, this portal. Frequently with Lucy, I'll go up to this kind of like a cliff that overlooks this big, big river, and there's this domed building where she teaches me. She shows me things. Also, across this river, it's like going from one side to the other. Yes? Okay. She would say Columbia River is the reference that I know to use. This is where Oregon and Washington, these states, are divided by this big river. So it's a big river. There's a big chasm, but it feels like, yes, and she's showing me night skies and stars and like a white light bridge that is being built. People from down below can shine light up to help put this bridge in place. People from when they're on the cliff and they're looking, they know how to cross back and forth to the divine realm, the ancestral realm, the astral realm. They know how to cross back and forth to use this bridge to open here, to open here. Yes. Yes, because people need to come in. I don't know the word. The panorama dome. What? I don't know the word. People need to come in under the dome to learn. They need to come in under the dome to learn. And they can go. Like people would think about perhaps seeing a life review or seeing what's going on. People need to be able to cross from that side over the bridge and get under the dome, or be up on the cliff, go under the dome to learn. It's to learn. It's to learn. It's to learn. They need to learn how to do this. This is why you holding the light helps build a bridge for sisterhood, and that expands and expands, and it becomes more inclusive. Important. It's an important work that you do. Okay. This is saying high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss. And this is where you are in the higher self, the very selfless state. This is where you're sharing with others and you're considering your life purpose and how you want to explore. This is transformation, higher self, seeing yourself in a different way, not letting yourself be drained, not letting your energy go to urgent or emergent, or I need this, I need that. Being more protective of what it is that you need to accomplish that is more towards your life's purpose, even if that means sometimes it feels like the daily grind is doing things and you don't know why that you're saying no to a certain thing or why you feel like you need to go a certain place. You're following that nudge more and more, and you're learning to be very protective about what it is that you need to do to honor your work, to honor your purpose in order for your own transformation to roll forward in that way. This is what you're doing more and more. This is emerging. It says internal explorer, but this is coming through as emerging. This is huge. Give me a second. I want the angel cards on this one. Okay, all right. Okay. Yes. Angel of inner peace. This is emerging. And look at this. This is coming forward. And what I'm getting on this is you can see the lotus type of flower above her head. Lotus is often something that we see, and we know that this plant goes into the mud pond and takes forever for it to grow before it opens up and blooms. And this is the state you're at, emerging. The mud pond has been long enough. Now you are on the spot where you are ready to bloom and open to something different, open to something that is more true to your own nature. This one coming forward, radiant illumination, angel of inner peace. You're not struggling and striving and chasing. You're not doing that anymore at all. The angel of inner peace is coming through here. I want to see the two angels on this side, see what's going on for that, and then we will let that be. But yeah, this gold color that's coming in, this yellow gold coming through, this is huge, huge, huge. This is the chakra for you, the solar chakra that gets out of whack, and then it kind of blocks your third eye, and you're learning to balance that more and more. Angel of travel and angel of release. This is you letting go of something from the past. Here you're holding and being held up and carried forward, letting go of something from the past and wishing it well, sending it on its way so that yourself, the playful part of you can come forward. But this is angel of release. And this isn't a child anymore. I mean, you can see in the picture. This is perhaps putting away childish notions, childish things, and letting go of things that are holding you tethered to childhood and letting them be in the flow on their own journey, on their own path. Angel of travel coming through here. It's going to be walking across something for a long way before the transformation kicks in. Now I need to look at this card one more time. Yeah, okay. All right. You can see this. This is, I don't know how to explain this any better. This is one person, not two, even though it's showing here there's two depicted. The child needs to be honored and carried with us, but let go of the childish things. It feels like taking care of the inner child, taking care of the younger self, allowing the younger self to heal is what it is in order to cross, again, that chasm and build that bridge. Anything else that's coming forward from these? I'm getting reference, and this is the terrain, but I'm getting reference to what I described before. Allowing the flow to be there for others on their own time frame, their own timetable, but you building the bridge by holding the light up, whether you're down by the riverbed and the riverbank, or whether you're up on the cliff and wanting to learn in, yeah, the panorama place. I don't know what, I call it the panorama place because it comes up and you've got this domed building and it's like got the pillars and you step inside it and there's panoramas that you can see of your life, of circumstance, of memory. And this is where the projection and the projector can meet. Yeah. It's like projector, like film projector or astral projection, where you can see and have peaks and flashes into different lifetimes, different experiences. Yes. Yes. Okay. Angel of channeling. Yes. You are working on this. Allow yourself to see a little bit more. Allow yourself to lift a little bit more. Yeah. Allow this. Allow the parts of yourself to be reclaimed that need reclaimed. Then when you go to learn, allow yourself to be open to seeing where you've been or where you want to be, bigger than just what would be one human lifetime. More expansive than that. That's complete. All right. Wow, that was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Holy cow. That's big and huge, but that's what came through for you. Wow, wow, wow. I love it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. Let me get a little water and we'll see if the list is clear or if the list is not clear. Let me know and we'll go through or go for whatever we need to go for. The pinch. Let's see what's going on with the pinch for you. Okay. Thank you for reminding me, Kim. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The pinch. Let's see what's going on with that. Running out of room to put these cards. All right. The pinch. The pinch, the pinch. Okay, flipping that down, flipping this down. Oh, I flipped my phone too fast. It thinks I want to cancel and I don't. Okay, the pinch. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's like stirring, and then stop. That's right. That's right. What is it that wants to come? Wow, a lot going on. Hang on. Wow. Almost missing this solar energy. Almost missing it. But that's what needs to be activated within you. This is huge. The solar energy coming through here, and the sun is like coming through strong, strong, strong. So we're going to pull this down, put this so you can see it. Okay. Right here, flipping this. Okay, we've got the frog, we've got leap of faith, and the leap between two worlds, back and forth, back and forth. We've got the frog, this leap that needs to be taken, and it's diving. It came as diving down rather than leaping up, so I would say diving down into the subconscious is what it's trying to ask you to do. a little bit more, whether that's meditation, whether that's dream space, whether that's just listening to music and letting your brain just kind of ramble where it needs to, but you need to dive deep, diving deep, diving deep. Frog space and two realms coming in. There's a sureness coming in with the cat here and an ancientness coming in with the dinosaur here. We've got the modern cat and the old dinosaurs. This is something ancient that is something that is knowledge and wisdom that comes in, and a way of operating in stealth mode. You've got a lot of animals coming in through here, a lot of animals, like a crazy amount. So look for animal totems around you. You've got the bat here, you've got the wascally rabbit here, the peacock here, the horse here, and the butterfly here at the center. Butterfly and bat, this is something transformative energy and creature of the night energy. This is make sure you're getting the rest you need in order to be able to allow yourself flight. You need the cocoon time, the rest time, This is dive into your dream space, get the sleep, but also dive into your dream space. Huge, huge, huge. The confidence of the peacock and the cat coming through really, really strongly. Here's the peacock here, and here's the cat here. Really, really interesting energy. It's not smug, but it is self-assured and confidence that wants to come through. This is ancient knowings that's coming through, and it's coming through very tricky. You've got, I call it the wascally wabbit. It makes me think of Bugs Bunny, but it's a crazy little rabbit that comes through, and this one comes through sideways. This one comes through as a planner, somebody that creates strategies, schemer and dreamer. Think about Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner cartoon. Think about these plans, these ideas, and step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of this, thinking down the track a little further. This is what's coming in. It's coming in segments. You're going to see multiple animal totems through the summer. So just so you know, again, this is all animals with the exception of the sun and the solar planet. The rest of it, animals. So we've got the horse coming in, and that's coming in a little bit later. This feels like July. End of July. Give me a second. Yeah, end of July, as you're just finishing cruising out of summer, there's going to be a message. It feels like just before August. End of July, coming in. This is usually the messenger. In Lenormand, the horse is the rider, the Lenormand messenger. But something that comes in with swiftness in the end of July as you're heading towards August. Sun coming in here, and the solar planet coming in here. This is the I amness, the I am chakra. This is what's going on. And these are the only ones that are not animals. So you got horse, peacock, rabbit, bat, butterfly, dinosaur, cat, and also the frog in 2 worlds. You're bridging 2 worlds. You're jumping 2 worlds. You're understanding animal totems. Yeah, you will see one that's white. You will see one that is the white animal totem. Look for that. I'm not sure what that will be. And it may not be any of these, but you will see it. Whether it comes in as white buffalo, white peacock, white fox, white stag, whatever it is, you will see the white coming through. Loving the bats and birds and the rabbit again. Yeah. So this is what's coming through. It's ancient. It's known, and it's going to come through with white. There's going to be illumination on it. That's what's coming through. And sometimes we see animals that are white, and we expect like a white rabbit. We expect like a white dove. We expect that. It feels like this animal is going to be white when it isn't usually seen white. So it might be like there's a black bear and there's also polar bears, but it's going to be unusual in that regard. That's what's coming through. Look for that sign as messenger. This feels like all the animals ahead. You'll be learning the lessons, thinking, okay, what is this animal teaching? What is the lesson from this animal? Like just the forest creatures or different people from different cultures would understand this. But this feels like July and August, you're going to get white animal lessons coming through. That's what I got. That feels very complete. That's gorgeous. I love that. That's what I got for you. Yeah, because they're going to teach, just like you can know that the frog is of 2 worlds, or know that the peacock needs to strut, or the rabbit needs to be crafty, and quick. This is what you're knowing. This is what's coming through for you. And it was a very deliberate pinch. Sometimes I stir this and stir this. Other times it's like go in and deliberate, and it was very deliberate. So that's what's coming through for you. That's complete. Holy cow. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Yeah, it is exciting, isn't it? And it's so amazing. It's a really good thing for you. So that's what's going on. That is it. Okay. You are so welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. Love it. You're trying to be aware of where you're being led lately. Yes. And don't rule out, just because I'm seeing animals, don't rule out the insects either. I'm getting the potato bugs and the ladybugs. Don't rule those things out. I don't know why. Don't. The potato bugs are like the pill bugs, the roly-polies, and ladybugs. I don't know why, but that's what's coming through. Hey, Janelle. Hey. Good to see you. Good to see you. So that's what I've got. The list is clear. So unless there's anything else, I think we're probably going to go. And then I'll be back on Wednesday at 11 is my plan. So I think that's it. I think I'm going to go have some lunch. I hope you guys have a really good day. And I'll let you go for now. And I will see you later. All right. Much love, everyone. Mwah. Thank you for being here. Take care. Bye-bye.